Hey you guys, it's your girl T, and I want to shout out Nats Wood. Thank you so much for sending me the story. So Nats Wood is sending me another story that's coming out of ratchet ass Florida. And people always get mad at me, like, why you always talking about Florida? You always dissing my city. This is coming out of Orlando, Florida. With that being said, I'm not the one flying down to Florida and creating the news. These are real news stories being sent to me by real Floridians. For whatever reason, y'all just have the best and the craziest news stories. So if you guys have not heard, there's this lady named Priscilla Vaughn. And Priscilla Vaughn is a crazy-ass prostitute. What happened is that this man met her on the corner, decided to pick her up and take her out to eat at Applebee's. I'm assuming that they had the 2-for-1s. And how did Priscilla decide to pay this man back? She decides to start gnawing away at his genitals. So this story is so crazy. She basically gnawed on his genitals so bad that they're saying that he could have bled to death, and he also had to have surgery to repair his genitals. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip, and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
It was really wild. The two were in a hotel room on a date when the woman started biting and battering the man. The thing got really violent. Sean Chibot is live outside the Crestwood Suites in East Orange County. So, Sean, it was such a violent attack. I guess people around the hotel could actually hear what was going on.
Yeah, Gard. In fact, several people called 911 because they heard screaming and growling coming from a room right up there on the second floor. We should warn you, what deputies found is graphic. What started as a date at this Applebee's ended in screams of agony at this Orange County hotel. Deputies say Priscilla Vaughn nearly killed a man in a barbaric, drug-induced sexual fit. When they arrested her, Vaughn was naked and growling and snarled at deputies with blood on and around her mouth. Deputies say she and her date met on Backpage.com, where she was listed as an escort. But her victim had no idea what deputies say she was planning. According to the report, Vaughn bit her date all over his body, aiming for one sensitive spot. Deputies found him going in and out of consciousness, naked, covered in blood, and laying on the floor of the second-floor trash room. Behind the door to room 224, investigators found a blood-covered hotel room and other evidence that led them to believe she planned to cause severe damage to a man. Once deputies caught up to her in her apartment, her bags were packed, ready to leave. Now she's still in jail, facing serious charges. And guests that I talked to tonight say that cleaners have been in that room, and at one point, the door was all boarded up. Now, you might be wondering why he didn't just fight her off and escape. Well, apparently, he tried to. He says that she was just too powerful. Also, apparently, she took his cell phone, broke it, so he couldn't call 911. Guard.
Wow, Sean, this is just a bizarre story. How's that man doing tonight?
Well, I just talked to his family tonight, and they say that the 30-year-old taxi driver is doing a lot better tonight. Again, he is still in the hospital recovering from his injuries, and they plan to visit him tonight. Guard.
Wow. Tonight he'll never forget. All right, thank you, Sean.
You guys just watched the news clip, and honestly, the whole situation is very disturbing. I do feel bad for him, but come on, we got to use some common sense. First of all, why do you feel the need to go out and get a prostitute? It's a roll of the dice anytime you go and pick up a prostitute. She may love you long time. You might get some sucky, or you might end up with your balls snatched off. You can't just pick up random people off the street. Just looking at her damn mugshot, she looks like she's a few eggs short of a dozen. She looks crazy as shit. I wouldn't be surprised if she was sitting up all night popping bath salts and popping mollies. The only thing that saved this poor man was the fact that he was screaming so loud from being in so much pain that the neighbors in the hotel room next to him called the hotel staff, and they ended up calling the police. But imagine if nobody heard him. Imagine if there was nobody next to him. She could have killed him. They said that she gnawed on his genitals so bad that they had to surgically put his genitals back together. Only in Florida. I mean, this reminds me basically of this whole zombie situation where the man was gnawing off the other man's face. This is crazy. I don't know what kind of drugs y'all got down there. I don't know what folks is down there popping. But for folks to literally be ready to just eat people apart raw, there's something in the water. It's either something in the water or something in the weather, but the whole situation is very disturbing. So anyways, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about the entire situation. All right, deuces.